Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video. I wanted to get some commentary on the markets and just see where we might be going the next few days or weeks ahead in the main cryptocurrency markets, as well as gold and silver, and maybe look at the market if there's time. So we've just come off a big sell-off. This is a daily chart of Bitcoin for July 18th, 2017. And we got a close below the cloud. This was on July 15th. And we crashed down to about 1970. And then the next day went even lower to about, I'm showing on TradingView, a low about 1840. And then we kind of shot back up. And now we're currently inside the cloud. So we do have support at the bottom of the cloud, and it'll probably take a lot of force to get out of the cloud, and this will provide some resistance on the upper leg here. So in my last video, I was talking about how it might be a good strategy to make a kind of like a 50% of your purchase when the price touches the bottom of the cloud. And then just wait to see what happened. And so the other 50%, it would have been nice to add in here. And so now we're back up into the cloud, and I didn't have any funds available at the time. That's a problem with investing on a budget. But I would have loved to have made those entry points. But oh well, we'll have to see. I should be getting some funds here in a little bit, and plan to do an upgrade in the mining contracts, and maybe just enter Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like that. So yeah, this is a big sell-off here, and everyone kind of freaked out, but Bitcoin came right back, and so now we're kind of inside this cloud region where it could break, up or down. We're still not really out of the woods yet, although I think a lot of this move back up is that there's some thoughts that SegWit is I think it's being tested right now, and it's currently kind of going well. So I think there's a lot of optimism that the scaling issue is going to go through. And I have heard some talk about the 21st being a key date to watch, and maybe people are sort of positioning before that. So that's sort of what's going on in Bitcoin. Again, just trying to get out of the cloud here, and then retest these highs. That's sort of my my prediction for maybe the next few months leading up to November, December type thing. We'll just work our way through whatever is going to happen in these next few months, and then eventually be setting new highs. So let's look real quick at Dash. I guess Dash is next. So Dash, kind of like the same story, broke below the cloud, came back. Really, it's kind of the same picture as Bitcoin. A lot of these are kind of doing the same thing. But Ethereum spent a lot of time down below the cloud here, and had a real low dip to I'm showing about 130, but actually in my last video I pretty much called the bottom here, although I did say it might happen. Of course no one knows for sure, but pointed out that 135 would be a great support level, kind of in between this purple line and the long-term trend on the weekly chart. And it looks like it hit 130, so that was awesome. Kind of gave me some confidence that my chart analysis skills are doing pretty good. And so now we've shot back up. We're actually above the cloud here, and it looks like it's holding above the cloud. It's kind of selling off a little bit, but we should get some support at 216. And now that we're above the cloud, that should provide some great support. So we might bounce off that and kind of head higher. So yeah, it was cool that I was able to kind of call that. You can listen to the previous video. I think it was July 11th when I made that comment. So if you want to check up on there, it's dated, so couldn't have faked it. So let's just look at Litecoin really quick. So Litecoin here, still, to me, this is one of the stronger charts because we didn't even dip into the cloud. We kind of touched it for a second and then came right back up. Although we are having a little bit of issue trying to get through this purple line, again, coming from the bottom side. So we kind of sold off at that. But Litecoin, super strong and starting to make its move back up. I think in the last video I said I was expecting it to run back up to 60. So I'm still kind of watching to see if that'll happen. Then I also wanted to look at gold real quick. So gold has moved up, kind of had some great up days these past 3 days. Hit that purple layer of resistance, and it's kind of having a hard time with that. So we're at 1241, and there's a lot of resistance here at 1255. So I'm going to try to watch gold and see if it can make it back to the bottom of this cloud, and then see, is it going to bounce off that and kind of sell off, or are we going to be able to make a run through it and then ultimately retest this high of 1300. I do have some mining stocks that I'm looking at that could be really good plays of gold if it really starts to kind of start setting new highs and all. I might introduce you guys to those stocks. Then real quick, just looking at the NASDAQ. So I think I was saying that the NASDAQ was going to kind of shoot out of this cloud and probably set a new high. And it looks like it's getting close to doing that. So the trajectory seems like it's kind of back up here in the QQQ. So that was a pretty good call. And then let's look at the SPY. Yeah, so S&P kind of doing the same thing, trending up higher there. So that's pretty much a look at the markets. Not a whole lot has changed, but I think the thing to watch is just if Bitcoin is going to kind of be able to rally here more and push out of this cloud, or if it's going to have a lot of trouble and maybe turn down a little bit. I would actually love it if it turned down because I need to buy more. But again, you know, if it ends up kind of breaking out of the cloud, that could be a good kind of last place to buy, kind of on a run higher. Or you know, if it spends some more time down below the cloud, you could enter a position there and then wait for it to kind of make its way out of the cloud, maybe around August 1st. And it looks like just after that, the cloud gets a little thinner. So typically from what I've seen, when the cloud's thinner, it's a little bit easier to get through it. This big kind of thick cloud, it just kind of takes a lot to get the price action out of the cloud there. So yeah, it broke below the cloud, but didn't spend long there and shot back up into it. So be interesting to see where this goes in the next few days. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So I guess I will talk to you later. Bye.